Oh, this is so beautiful.
We are a sodium chloride bicarbonate spring. It's connecting people to a plant and understanding the plants and the earth and the environment.
Welcome to Jack Rabbit and the beautiful Bellarine. Very much a family-focused cafe, beautiful food, fantastic views.
Welcome to my favourite place to have a picnic at Green Olive. We've got 27 acres of beautiful farm here.
Thank you so much for setting this up.
Cheers. You got to get in quick too. Indy, go away, come on. Indy likes to share the picnic.
You only live once.
I like to get younger actually.
Oh, that was so good. The best.
Hello, how you going?
Hi, chef.
Lean in
I love that.
Journey with me, Anis Nabila, as I explore the heavenly and incredible sights and sounds of Melbourne, Victoria. It's every bit different. A journey through Melbourne, Victoria with Anis Nabila. Combining stunning views of vineyards and Port Phillip Bay with delicious food and award-winning wines is Jack Rabbit Vineyard, located on the picturesque Bellarine Peninsula. You can soak up the breathtaking views from the cellar door across the bay to Geelong, the You Yangs, and even Melbourne.
Hello.
Hi Anis, welcome to Jack Rabbit and the beautiful Bellarine.
Thank you so
Come
much.
through.
Thanks for having
No worries,
me.
how are you anyway?
I'm great.
I'm really glad you could join us for lunch today.
Yeah, I'm hungry now.
Okay, great, let's go in and get started.
The second I step into Jack Rabbit restaurant, I am welcomed by the restaurant's calming and stylish design, the perfect atmosphere to enjoy my dining experience.
We started here as Jack Rabbit in 2010. And when we opened, we just had a humble little farmhouse over where the cafe is now, just serving pizzas and very low key. Since then, obviously, we've spent a lot of time and effort and money and love building this venue up to what it is today. So we have a lovely fine dining restaurant where we're standing here today, where we obviously serve very top-notch food. And we do a lot of weddings here as well, particularly over the summer. And on the other side, cafe, very much a family-focused cafe, beautiful food, fantastic views. So there's something for everyone, no matter what you want, we can find it here at Jack Rabbit.
Jack Rabbit boasts seasonal menus that use only the best local produce to create modern Australian dishes. Diners can enjoy dishes such as freshly caught seafood, premium cuts of meat, and innovative vegetarian options prepared with passion by the energetic kitchen team at Jack Rabbit. The vineyard itself spans across acres of lush, fertile land where rows of meticulously tended grapevines flourish under the Australian sun.
Yeah, so the vines you can see just here to my left are mainly Shiraz and Pinot, but we have over 140 acres of vineyard around the Bellarine, so all within about 5 kilometres radius of here. We grow all sorts of different types of grapes, but being a cool climate and also affected by the maritime profile with the water behind us, it's things like Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, Shiraz that grow best down here, so they're the ones that we're most known for.
Visitors can improve their knowledge of wines through guided tours of the vineyard, wine tastings, and educational experiences.
So on Saturday mornings we have what we call yoga in the vines. So about 40 people come up every Saturday morning, and you can just see down here, they do it down there next to the vineyard. They come and do their yoga, then they go up to the cafe, have a glass of sparkling wine and a 2-course breakfast, and then go off and do what they need to do for the rest of the weekend.
The best way to learn about wine is to taste them, and visitors can sample an array of wines, all crafted with care and expertise by the vineyard's winemakers. My heart aches as I leave Jack Rabbit, but I sneak in a few final glances over my shoulder to soak in the magnificent view of this Victorian gem. The Queen's Cliff Ferry is a great way to enjoy the shimmering expanse of Port Phillip Bay. There are many ways to marvel at the surrounding beauty on this vessel. You can soak up the sun on deck, indulge in a hot cup of coffee at the cafe, or simply gaze out at the endless horizon. There's no shortage of ways to make the most of your journey. less than 90 minutes from Melbourne is the Peninsula Hot Springs, a natural geothermal mineral spring and day spa where guests can explore over 70 globally inspired bathing and wellness experiences surrounded by natural landscape. Waiting for me at the food bowl is Charles Davidson, one of the founders of Peninsula Hot Springs.
Hi, hello Charles. Thanks so
Nice.
much for having me. Oh, this is so beautiful. What is the inspiration of this food bowl?
When we first bought the property in 1997,
Okay.
our property looked like next door, which was just all the rolling hills and grass. There was no trees on this property at all. And I
Yeah.
was in the food industry, and I said, I think this could be a really lovely place. We get good sunlight, and it would be a lovely place to be able to plant produce. So it moved from a paddock, like next door, into a food bowl. And it's a place where health can come through what we eat.
Oh, that is so cool. I love it.
Charles is passionate about wellness and committed to sharing the healing benefits of geothermal water and reconnection through bathing practices with the community.
All the different springs have different mineral compositions in it. So we are a sodium chloride bicarbonate spring,
Okay.
and we have high levels of magnesium, potassium, boron, selenium, a whole number of minerals, and each of those have different properties that are good for your skin. Now,
Yeah.
when you lie in a hot pool, you can absorb the minerals
Yeah.
that you need, and your body gets what it needs.
Yeah.
And it's finding this homeostasis, this place where it's in balance.
Yeah.
And if you do that kind of thing regularly,
Yeah.
bathing in mineral waters, you are actually absorbing certain levels of minerals.
Oh.
And that just helps you get balance. And so if you allow your body to relax,
Yes.
and you allow yourself the right amount of sleep,
Yes.
and you drink water, you eat good food, and then you have this good bathing, then the balancing act, which is the minerals, can come from places like
Like
hot
this.
springs.
Yes.
I never truly thought about connecting food with bathing. Perhaps this is a new way of relaxing and enjoying life's simplest pleasures.
I also heard about your glass house. Now that's really interesting, I find. There's a lot of activities done there, like extracting the natural essential oils. So what is the inspiration behind that?
So we make our own aromatic oils here.
Yeah.
We take people on walks out into the garden
Yeah.
and either get native plants or lavenders and other plants we've planted. And we bring them into the still. We extract the aromatic oils.
Yes.
When you extract the oil, you get one of two things. You either get a hydrosol, which is a lighter aromatic oil,
Yeah.
or you get the deep essential oil. So you
Essential
get
oil.
both of those things. Now the aromatic oils we put into baths, so you can lie in your own private bath and have made your own aromatic oil and then be able to enjoy the aromatics. It's connecting people to the plants and understanding the plants and the earth and the environment.
Yeah.
And so it gives people an experience, an experiential understanding of the things around us.
So your food bowl isn't just for food, it's also for oils like this. It's for your apothecary.
It's for eating, it's for learning, it's for understanding the environment around us, so
Yeah.
understanding the essence of the soil,
Yep.
the sunlight, the water and the air. And if you get those things right, you'll have the best produce.
That's perfect, magnificent.
Lovely.
I
Thank
love
you.
it. Thank you so much, Charles.
After getting an education on essential oils, I'm off to meet Chef Jason back at the food bowl. Chef Jason takes pride in his paddock to plate culinary style, creating great dishes using ingredients straight from the food bowl.
So do you pick the ingredients every day before you start your service?
We do have a team of gardeners that do pick produce for us. We have a board over in the kitchen, and depending on the season and what is growing, they let us know what is available, and we try our best to incorporate that into our daily menus.
So tell me a little bit more on the slow food movement that you practice.
Well, we try our very best to always use seasonal produce.
Yeah.
We try and stay as local as we possibly can. We use a lot of organic, and we try and use the whole foods.
Yeah.
So, for examples, if we have a beetroot, we'll use the beetroot tops in
Yeah.
salads or wilt them and serve them with dishes, as well as just use the beetroot as well, you see. So
Yeah.
it's about
Minimizing waste.
Exactly, yes. yeah.
Yes.
The food bowl area is a natural amphitheatre as it sits in an area that used to have sand dunes. It's a beautiful vegetable garden space with beautiful sunshine coming in all the time. I'm truly impressed with the journey from soil to plate here at the peninsula, a true celebration of nature's bounty and a testament to the power of sustainability.
So the soil here, as you can see at the back here, is quite sandy, so it's not necessarily great for growing vegetables. So we need to really enrich the soil. We get a lot of the produce from the kitchen, so all of the leftovers go into our compost and we add manure to it and then bring it back in here to replenish the soil. So it's kind of one of those beautiful circles where we grow things and they get eaten and the leftover bits come back into the soil. So it's got that continual circle. So we really pride ourselves in trying to do have as little waste as possible. We have some strategies we work to. So anytime we have a storm or a tree falls down or a branch dies, we take it to another area of the property and eventually we mulch it and bring it back. So all of the material that we are mulching on site is from our trees that were on here. It's an interesting thing. In the soil we have fungi that helps the plants grow, and the native mulch assists with that as well. We also use them as posts in some of our garden areas as well.
Oh, lovely.
We've also recently started, at the start of this year, a bee survey. So we've discovered we've got 17 native bee species on site.
Oh, wow.
Which means we've cut out all of any insect spraying, we've stopped. And so instead of having, so in the food bowl here when we have insects, what we do is we plant flowers to attract the predators. So they'll come in and eat the insects rather than us spraying.
I've truly enjoyed my time at Peninsula Hot Springs and learning about our connection with nature through bathing, wellness treatments, and food. As the sun sets on another unforgettable day, I bid farewell to a sanctuary of serenity and a haven of relaxation. My education in fresh produce continues at the Green Olive Farm, where they grow olives, grapes, herbs, and vegetables. Visitors can see all the amazing produce and taste it later in a delicious dish either at the restaurant or packed for you to take on a picnic.
Welcome back.
Thanks
It's been
so much
so
for
long.
having me again.
Hey, with
Vic.
2015, you're
I
back.
know.
You've come again at the right time of the year where everything's just starting to grow. You know, we're going in slowly into summer. It's just had spring, so it's looking very nice and green.
It looks amazing.
I think I've got some in there here for you to try
Oh, I
for our
can't
little
wait.
picnic we're going to share today.
Meeting me today is founder Greg O'Donoghue, who together with his wife Sue have been running the farm for 17 years.
Well, welcome to my favourite place to have a picnic at Green Olive. We've got 27 acres of beautiful farm here. On weekends, people crowd in, they grab their picnic pack. They have a little basket and we give them a rug like this, and then we give them a whole lot of yummy food that's from the farm or from local farmers around the area. So we've got a little tiny sparkling apple juice there for you from
thank you so
Mox, which is
much.
just down the road here. It's our little apple orchard. Here's, whoop,
Thank you so much for setting this up.
cheers. In here we've got a beautiful made by our French chef. It's a carrot dip,
Ooh,
which is quite popular.
that looks good.
And we've got a white bean dip with our farm-made dukkha, which is a common sesame seed kibble black pepper on top.
That's a spicy dukkha.
Spicy dukkha, yeah. You might have had that last time you were here.
delicious.
Then we've got some chev, which is a goat's cheese. Then we've got an aged cheddar on the side here with some fresh strawberries from Rocky Road Strawberry Farm just down the road here.
Wow.
We've got crostini, and then we have a variety of some beef, some chicken. We've actually got a duck sausage here,
yeah.
which is made from duck, and then some chicken here. Then we have our beautiful farm-made fruit chutney, which is really
Ooh.
popular with a lot of our dishes,
Oh, and
especially with the meat.
these are all made here.
All made here, yeah. We hand make
Wow.
these here. And then
Of
we've got some
course.
estate-grown olives. So
Of
today we're
course.
specialing in predominantly Kalamata, the large ones. These smaller ones are Lacinos. And then we've got some Frantoios down the bottom there. And then the lucky last bit there is
artichoke.
we've got some artichokes and with some freshly grown capers.
I don't know where to start. Big one.
You got to get in quick too. 'Cause Indy, go away, come on. Indy likes to share the picnic. If you either have Indy up here, if you're down beside the dam having it, near the lake, the ducks really like to enjoy your lunch as well. And then we also have some cakes to finish off.
Yeah, I had a little bit of it. The
Ooh,
chutney.
how good's that?
Yeah. tell me a little bit more about the farm now.
We started in 2003 planting the olive grove.
Yeah.
We bought the property in 2001, olive grove 2003, and the vineyard in 2007, which is Pinot and Pinot Grigio. But like everything, it takes a long time to grow. It's sort of like every year it matures more, and every year we try really hard to plant more and more things.
How many types of olive do you grow here?
It's 3 Spanish varieties, Bacal, Frantoia, Lucchino, which are predominantly we make the oil out of.
Okay.
And then from the table olives, we do use the Bacal and Frantoia, but predominantly Manzanella, which is an Italian variety, and then Kalamata, which is a Greek variety.
Greg and his team at Green Olive are committed to practicing sustainable farming. It's important to keep the farm environmentally friendly to improve the quality of produce and at the same time protect the native animal species that live near the farm.
So more recently we've updated from 7 kilowatt to a 39 kilowatt
in
power
the whole
system.
entire
So the whole
estate?
property is pretty much from the restaurant to the residence has solar on it now. On a nice day, like today, would be generating all the energy requirements we need for running the restaurant, for running our residence and all our farming activities, so our pumps and things like that. The second thing we look at is water. Where does the water come from? And we capture our own rainwater here, so we capture around about 220,000 litres of rainwater. So we capture that rain, we filter it and then we use it in our restaurants. And then our other source of water is our dam, which is 5 million litres of water, and that irrigates our vineyard, our olive grove. And then the other thing that we do on the property too is we treat all our own black and grey water on the property. So nothing actually goes off the property. So the whole idea is it's 27 acres here and it's going around and around, and we're looking at everything that we're using and trying to keep it all here. So we looked at all the waste that was coming out of our kitchen. So all the food scraps got into a composting machine. And so that compost machine, all the waste now goes into it. We compost it and it comes out as a product that we then mix with manure, and it all goes back into our garden again. So again, no carbon miles. We don't have to put it in a rubbish truck and send it off to landfill. It all stays on Green Olive, it all stays here. And it again makes a good decision going forward around the environment.
Cutting down on your carbon footprint. I love that. You also mentioned about how you don't use pesticide.
We made a conscious decision around about 2 years ago that we would stop using any things like Roundup and things that kill weeds and that. Not using any chemicals at all. Then I think the fruit's going to be better, and it's going to be a better taste and more natural.
After tasting yummy food made with fresh produce from the farm and having a little lesson on sustainable farming, Greg takes me on a tour of the farm.
On the left here we've got some newly planted Tasmanian bush pepper. If we go down the back here we can actually see some that's growing.
Wow.
We make it salt out of that. We've got some lavender going along here, rhubarb. Over here is saltbush, which is the original owners of the land, the Bunurong people, basically use saltbush and yams. So they'd use the saltbush to give it a bit of taste to the yam, and the yam's like a sweet potato. This here is lemon myrtle.
Ooh, I love lemon myrtle.
Can't really, it's not doing a lot at the minute, but it's just about to take off. Hey, Barch. That's Barchy. And this is Gracie down here. Yeah, you can smell it.
So good.
Over here we've got the Tasmanian bush pepper. This is a wattle seed, so you can pick the seeds and use them in the garden as well. But here it's just starting to fruit. So these are quite old. So these will fruit and then they'll turn black. So that's Tasmanian pepper there. It's about 150 bucks a kilo. You probably won't get much out of it, but you could chew it if you wanted to. It's just started to fruit, but quite tart. You'll need that water that you got offered before. In a minute. Now it's kicking in, isn't it?
Yeah.
We plant some hops for making beer.
Oh, wow.
So we've got 5 varieties of hops. Okay, Barch, we'll say hello in a minute. So this is hop. It's the closest native to a marijuana plant. So it grows similar to a marijuana plant, and we train it to run up here. So they grow all the way to the top, and then we cut them off, and we basically take all the hops off. And we were playing around with beers, but we're not making beer. We mix it with grapefruit, and we make a hops grapefruit spritzer. So it's like a cordial, and then we put a wine into it, mix it, and make it into a boozy drink. And we do frozen ones as well.
Amazing.
I'm so blessed that I got to witness firsthand the power of sustainable farming. There's so much diversity in the farm, and every plant is harvested with respect to the ecosystem that sustains them. It fosters a deeper connection to the land as we come to understand the seasonal rhythms and unique characteristics of each crop. My final stop for the day is a ride on Arthur's Sea Eagle, a gondola in the sky that takes me to great heights to enjoy the scenic views across Port Phillip Bay towards Melbourne and around the coast and beyond. I can't help but smile as I smoothly glide through the treetops and absorb the natural beauty of the Australian landscape. These destinations have shown me a strong appreciation for fresh produce and how that fosters a deeper connection to the land. Every acre, every plant, every berry is tended with care and dedication. Victoria's bounty is a dish that's never to be missed.
My name's Chris, I'll be your pilot today. I'll be taking you down towards the London Bridge, coming past the 12 Apostles. It's a pretty common misconception that there was ever 12. There was in fact only ever 8.
Wow. I can just sit here and do absolutely nothing. And I think that's one of the reasons why you built this place.
Welcome to the Q Train.
Right, that's beautiful. I love this.
So this chook farm is called Bellarine Worms and we use their eggs on board.
I love that. I love that.